Welcome, modern day mystics, fellow truth seekers, James and Justin, back at it again with another reaction video. And in this one, we're going to look at a video done by Nanak Naam, popular YouTuber. And this is entitled, Are Shiva and Shakti? The True Meaning of Shiv-Shakti. I don't know exactly what this is even about totally. I just thought it would be a good reaction because when we did a reaction on Shiva and some of the other Hindu gods, people were like, hey, it's not, like there's things in that video that aren't true. And I think it was just because, like, I don't know if the stories of like Shiva and Brahma and all the gods, Vishnu, like, I don't think there's just like one way of looking at it. I think I get the suspicion that there's, when people look at these gods, they have their stories that they've heard from their cultures and where they come from, and so they're a little bit different here and there.
But everybody gets a say. I mean, like, yeah. I'm not keeping any of this with me, as I'm not going to be able to write a dissertation on any of this stuff. Yeah. But slowly, through exposure of this, we're all learning together,
Yeah.
and we're all at different levels, and everybody gets a say. So for videos like this, probably especially, I like when they're full of comments of people contributing, enriching us, because everybody's voice counts,
Yeah. And so, like, we're going to continue to just, like, immerse ourselves in, like, Hindu culture and these gods, and, like, just because we do one movie or like one video or movie that like may have things that you disagree with doesn't mean that we won't look at another one. That would just try to, like,
we should make some playlists actually, because we cover repeating subjects in different ways. Like, we should have like a whole Hindu playlist.
There is. Yeah, I've already done that. There's a whole Hindu playlist where you can watch our videos there, and we're just going to continue to add to it.
Shiva is trying to remind us that before death hits our body, before we reach the limit of our lives, we need to connect with something that is unlimited within us. The iconography of Shiva is very interesting. You see Shiva as someone who has a snake coiled around its neck, and his skin is always...
I'm sorry, but I love that droning music in the background with a drone machine. And there'll be like a flute playing. That's like such good, get you into a mystical mood music.
Well, it might be picked on purpose to, like, get your attention zoned in.
Yeah, sorry.
Always this blue color because his skin is covered in ashes. And all of those represent something for us to learn. Shiva really reminds us that death is always around our necks, and at any time the snake of death can bite. And the blue skin that is covered in ash represents that everything that you know and everyone is eventually going to turn to dust. Everything that we experience in our life isn't going to last forever. He is trying to remind us that before death hits our body, before we reach the limit of our lives, we need to connect with something that is unlimited within us. Shiva is seen as the highest yogi, as the one who has started all schools of yoga, the one who brought all yogic wisdom to mankind. And he's not just a yogi. He is a yogi and a family man at the same time. He has a partner and he has children. And his partner is called Parvati or Shakti. There's a beautiful line from Guru Nanak.
They're riding lions and mystical animals, As usual, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I always want to be the image. I like looking at the art and the mystical images of Buddha or Shiva or whatever. And I always want to embody it my own self. So I'm not adverse to, like, in a meditation, imagining sitting in Shangri-La, some kind of like mystical place or something like that, basking in ridiculous beauty. I'll use my imagination and imagine that might be sacrilegious. I don't know. You let me know. But do you ever do stuff like that?
All the time. Hell
yeah. Hell yeah. Because we get these cool things, and then, if you've if you have, exercise your imagination, you imagine yourself residing in that beautiful place.
Yeah.
And then it's like a palate refresher when you got to get back to the grind.
Yeah.
Of normal life as these immortal incarnations that we're here to, I want to see what boredom's like. I want to see what having a day-to-day job's like.
Yeah. And maybe part of that message ties in perfectly what he's talking about there, about the impermanence and the reminder that, like, this is all going to end someday, man. So partake.
Soak it up, yeah.
Nanak Dev Ji, Jeh dekha, teh rav rahe, Shiv-Shakti ka mel. Wherever I look, I see the divine permeating as the union of Shiv and Shakti. You can understand Shiv-Shakti as conscious and unconscious, the yin and yang of life, creativity and destruction, masculine and feminine. And if the whole of the universe is a combination of both of these things, then it means that you are also a combination of these things. Look, in your own life, there have been so many times where you've had to be creative and destructive, where you've had to be fierce and gentle. There are times to be serious and there are times to be playful. At times you've demonstrated masculine traits and at other times you've demonstrated quite feminine traits. So you are already a perfect balance of both of these qualities, and both of these are flowing through you harmoniously. But the most important thing to remember, and the wisdom that the Guru is starting to give us here, neither of these are yours. Shiv and Shakti do not belong to you. Your soul, your consciousness, your life force, and your body is something that is not yours. Sometimes you hear people say that you've come into this world with nothing and that you leave with nothing. I think it's slightly different than that. You came into this world with quite a lot, but you must leave with nothing. Think about it. When you were born, you came with a body. You came with a mother and father, and maybe when you were born, your parents took you home, so you had a home to go to. They wrapped you in nice clothes, and they gave you food to eat. So when you came into this world, you came into a lot of different things. But when you leave, you must leave it all behind. Absolutely nothing can go with you. So we're all walking around with this idea, this misconception, that life is about gaining things. The spiritual master, Shiva, knows that life is really about losing things.
Really about losing things.
Yeah. Meditate on that for a while.
It's such an alien notion for a human being.
Yeah.
That there's value in losing things. You're here to lose it all. But there's everything at hand. I'm looking around and I'm bombarded by everything every moment, and I want to get more somehow.
Yeah.
The idea of relinquishing,
holding your attachment loosely, because it's hard when you think about your family, your loved ones, all the things that one day life is gonna come a calling, and it's gonna you're gonna have to give it up.
Oh yeah,
all of it.
All your stuff is gonna be somebody else's stuff one day.
Yeah.
Or in the garbage heap.
Yeah.
So stuff is already a no mas. Yeah. But yeah, it's a little harder when you think about your relationships and stuff like that. And I kind of get the sense it's not just hold it loosely. It's like be prepared to let it all completely go.
Yeah.
What replaces it? If I'm letting everything go, what stands in place of everything?
Yeah. Seems to be like the theme this week on all the videos we've done, like surrendering and letting go and stop trying to have so much control over things. Just like,
that's what the angels are telling me today. It's all a practice and let go. You don't have control. Yeah. The ego hates that.
So great message there from Nanak Naam, and this message, who are Shiva and Shakti. Just learning a little bit more every time we watch these videos. And hopefully, guys, if you liked it, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, share this with a friend and everyone. Until next time,
stay spiritual.